Hi, I'm Mike Driscoll, the president of Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and it's my pleasure to talk to you today about a great partnership that illustrates a lot of what's right with IUP. We're very pleased to have our students working with Renda Broadcasting to provide you with video broadcast of Heritage Conference football games. Our students are working side by side with professionals in the industry, are making real-world discoveries, learning how to do the business of an actual broadcast, and we know that when they walk out the door, they'll be ready to go to work and be productive immediately. It's a great service, and it's a great way to feature our community athletic teams. Thanks very much.
You're watching Heritage Conference Tuesday Night Football, brought to you by the Communications Media Department of IUP and Renda Broadcasting. Tonight's matchup features the Blairsville Bobcats versus the Homer Center Wildcats.
We welcome you to our IUP TV Game of the Week in cooperation with Renda Broadcasting and the Communications Media Department at IUP. This week brings us to Memorial Field in Homer City for what is the 87th all-time meeting, what I consider to be Indiana County's greatest small school rivalry, the Blairsville Bobcats and Homer Center Wildcats on a homecoming night. And with me, be working radio, Ab DeTore, the former coach. For the first time in 48 years, Blairsville is going to have a different coach on the sideline for this matchup. Of course, Ab, Ernie Widmar, and yourself, an amazing run of success. So you're here in a different role working the radio. And Ward Hilliard, who will be the color analyst on the 1160 WCCS side, Abby on Cat Country 106.3. Coach DeTore, I'm still going to refer to you as. This game's always been special. Two good football teams meeting here tonight.
Well, it's special for me clear back to about 1968 when I was a freshman in high school and watched our Cats get beat 52-0. It's kind of set in my craw and still does. Unfortunately, I got to play in the next three games and we only won one of them. But it was a big win in itself. It is a true rivalry. I don't know how true it is compared to the days when we used to hang out at the Red Rooster and fight over each other's girls, but the long and short of it is it's a big game for both teams tonight, obviously, and it should be a fun game.
The Homer Center Wildcats are 4-0 for the second year in a row. In Week 5 last year, they went down to Blairsville and got upended 20-6 in that ball game. Ward Hilliard, a little bit of revenge tonight for Homer Center. Does that even enter into it?
I don't think that enters into it more. I think one of the things the Wildcats have got ahead of them is a challenge because they really haven't been challenged yet. Blairsville has. They had to play Ligonier, probably should have won that game. Did not. So they're coming up here, and they're loaded with confidence even though they're missing two key guys.
You were right. Blairsville, of course, 3-1, and Coach, as Ward mentioned, they were very close. Could have, but didn't win that game against Ligonier Valley. Maybe a case, so many underclassmen, you have to learn how to win those tight games.
I think what happened primarily is that I think they were shocked that they were up 17-0, and I had scouted Ligonier myself getting ready for the game. I felt Blairsville could not only play with them, but that they could beat them. Special teams came back to haunt them, and they did a great job on Bloom. It's 6'7". He caught one pass in the game, but it was an important touchdown pass. So I thought the kids played well. I certainly thought the win was within their reach, but it was a tough game. It's gone now. It's on to this game, and I think it just adds to it, the significance.
All right, we're just about set for kickoff. Coach, Blairsville nicked up. They're without their starting quarterback. Actually, you lose him, you lose two starters because he's an outstanding linebacker too, and junior Scott Thompson. They have a couple of other key injuries. Homer Center has had a couple of guys not playing at 100%. They are back, but I guess the bottom line is, what do you expect? What has to happen? We'll look at you first from Blairsville's perspective to walk out of here with a win.
Well, last year, believe it or not, we were very fortunate to come away with a win, and unfortunately for Homer Center, it was two key injuries during the game that took out two of their top players. Right after one of the injuries, they were knocking on the door about a yard out of the end zone, and the next play in was a fumble. We were able to recover, and the rest was pretty much history after that. I think to have the same thing happen tonight, I certainly don't want to see anyone get hurt. But Blairsville has to force some turnovers. They're even in that category right now. 8 gives and 8 takes. They need to have some turnovers at critical times to shorten the field. I think the other thing is they can't allow Homer Center to dominate the game with a running game and leave them no time to operate.
Homer Center operating at a +1 in the giveaway takeaway ratio. That one turnover actually was failure to recover an onside kick. So they've been clean on the offensive side. I think you're right, that could be a key. Ward, from Homer Center's perspective, keys for improving to 5-0.
Well, I think Coach is right. One of the things you got to do is hold on to the football. They can't turn it over. If they don't turn it over, I think Blairsville's going to have problems stopping them. Their defense hasn't been real strong all year long. They have given up yardage, and the Wildcats are really strong running the football. So that's something that you want to see the Wildcats be able to perform at that level out there. But as far as the game itself, they've got 4 good weapons, 4 good runners, and Brzezinski is not only a good runner but a good passer. It's a tough mix, and those guys are all healthy right now. If they stay that way, I think the game leads to Homer City.
All right, we're going to find out right after this as we continue our coverage. The opening kick is next, right here on IUP TV. It's the Blairsville Bobcats, Homer Center Wildcats. The series goes back to 1923. We'll tee it up for another one right after this.
And we welcome you back on 1160 WCCS and our IUP TV viewing audience. This game, our Heritage Conference Game of the Week. So we're happy to hook up with the Communications Media Department. Back deep for Homer Center, Aaron Brzezinski, Anthony Caruso, and Ian Lee. And kicking off for Blairsville, Andrew Stipchak, outstanding freshman kicker. It's a squib kick heading sideline, Blairsville side of the field, goes out of bounds. So Homer Center, in all likelihood, will start at their own 35-yard line unless they make them kick again.
Yeah, I believe they're just going to take the ball at 35. That's good field position and this is going to be an interesting series, I think, Mark, because Homer could set the tone here if they could drive it down the field and push it in. You know, they have been hyped up. Both sides of the ball. They're going to make him re-kick. Whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Jack, as you said, is a good kicker, and he could get a good one off here.
Yeah, extra point department, he's 9 for 11. That's something to look for, Ward. He has a couple of field goals this season, 9 for 11. They've converted 10 of 13 extra points, either kicking or, and Homer Center has not been good in that department, 12 of 22.
He tried to set it up on the 40, and the official said, no, son, you got to go back 5 yards.
So the first time this season Homer Center is receiving the opening kickoff. They have been the team that has liked to defer when they win the toss, and many teams will take the ball, so Homer Center getting a dose of their own medicine here this evening. Again, Stipchak has it teed up. The freshman 5'7", 145-pounder approaches the football, and it's a high end-over-end, very short kick. Lee takes it at the 27 to the 30. 35 comes near sideline to the 40-yard line. On the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats, Dylan Dorenzo, and also Mitchell Snyder on the kick coverage team. And the Wildcats will start their first possession at their own 41-yard line.
A 6-yard difference there, so I guess that was worth the while. And get Ian Lee into the game right away. Let's see what the Homer offense can do. Now, keep in mind, the Bobcats have seen them, I'm sure, a couple of times on tape. Maybe even somebody's been watching them. So they're going to be ready for some of the stuff Homer likes to do.
Ian Lee turns and hands the football to Lee. Lee off the right side over the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Tackled on the play by Blairsville's Orenius Wilson.
John Fetchko also helping out there, number 20. But nice run off the right side there. Solid 6-yard pickup, almost 7.
Wildcats, Ward, have not turned the ball over offensively. They're a +4. The one turnover was on an onside kick at Marion Center.
Trying to spice it up right away, Arch.
Wing back to the left, McAdoo in motion behind the formation, and they give to Newhouse. Newhouse, stiff arm. They miss a tackle attempt, and he lunges into Blairsville territory inside the 45 to about the 42-yard line, and there's a flag on the play.
I don't know if they're going to say that Mike pushed the face mask.
Holding on Homer Center.
They're holding. Oh, where that flag was, there wasn't anybody there to hold.
So the first penalty of the game, they're going to mark it off. Let's see. They back it up to the 42, so it took place at the 48-yard line. So Newhouse will be credited with a gain of 2 yards. Split off the tight end left is Colby Schoolteddy. Power I formation, they give on a counter. Newhouse, Ian Lee with the football. Gets to the 45. On the tackle for Blairsville, Rodez Anderson, a 6'2", 225-pound junior. Homer Center's offense, 266 yards per game rushing, 69 passing, a total of 335, which is second in the conference. Blairsville's defense allows 259 yards per game, which is fourth best in the Heritage Conference, 9 teams. So Homer Center will go from the shotgun on 3rd down and 6. Sidecar to the right is Newhouse. They show blitz. They fake it to Newhouse. Throw sideline, too tall for the intended receiver in front of the Blairsville bench, Jimmy Bentz. On the coverage, Dion Robinson. And due to the penalty, the Wildcats are going to go 3 and out.
Yeah, that was a bad breaker. They had a nice gain on that run by Mike Newhouse. And again, the holding occurred interior to where he was at, so it really didn't affect his run, but nevertheless it went against them, and Homer going to have to kick it away.
Back to receive the punt, Cameron Livingston. Punter Ian Lee, 25.6 average. That's last in the conference, but he gets a decent kick away. Livingston takes it at the 21, hits by McAdoo, 25-30, through an opening to the 35, and he's dragged down there by Mike Newhouse and the punter, Colby Schoolteddy assisting Newhouse, and the Bobcats will take over their first possession of the game just outside the 35-yard line.
Nice return, though. He did a nice job of cutting back, and had Newhouse not got him, that could have gone a long, long way. So Homer, fortunate there. Nice tackle, Mike Newhouse. They're on defense, so credit the Bobcats. They have stopped Homer's offense on the first series.
36-yard line, the line of scrimmage for Blairsville. From the shotgun is Jalen Ridbaum. Behind him in the pistol formation is Dion Robinson, the area's leading ground gainer, and they hand it to Dion off the left side, and he has a couple of yards up to the 44-yard line. He'll gain, or not 45, up to the 39-yard line. He'll gain about 3 yards on the play.
Colby Schoolteddy in on the initial hit, helped out by Monco, I believe.
Dion Robinson last year against Homer Center, 57 yards on 12 carries as a sophomore in that 20-6 Blairsville victory. Jalen Ridbaum, 1 for 6 in his debut, replacing the injured Scott Thompson. Talked to Scott before the game. He hopes to be back after having a knee scope in a couple of weeks. Livingston, slot wingman to the right. Twin receivers, Ricky Shirley returns from injury. Give to Dion Robinson, protecting that ball. He gets up to the 44-yard line. Going to be a couple of yards shy of a first down. Lucas Monco and Matt McAdoo on the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats. And Cody Miller is playing defensively, Ward, even though he's hurting with that shoulder injury.
Yeah, he told us he was going to play no matter what, and that's just determination. That's good old-fashioned player right there, a guy who wants to play hurt. And this is a big game for him.
We are scoreless, 8:40, clock moving in the first quarter from Memorial Field. Trips to the left for Blairsville. Robinson, the lone setback. Ridbaum under center. Gives left side, Robinson trying to get to that lead chain. It's going to depend on the spot. Mike Newhouse met him in the hole, and he either has the first down or he's going to be inches shy. It is oh so close.
I think he's got it. He went forward enough. Yeah, the official's going to give it to him. So Blairsville wins the first set. Their first series, they get a first down. Homer had the punt, and that was due to a holding penalty. So the Wildcat defense now going to be challenged here a little bit. Ball on the 46 of Blairsville. Wildcats done a nice job of giving Robinson some looks, some holes where he can do his magic, and that's what the Cats have to do, fill those gaps.
Pistol formation again. Ridbaum sends a man in motion toward the Wildcat bench. They toss it right to Robinson. Robinson cuts it back, but he's met by Bill Grzanek. Forcing the play inside with strong safety, Matt McAdoo. And Robinson picks up a tough yard or two up near the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
They've been Breida in motion there, but McAdoo would have none of it. He stepped up, and that's his job, to come up, turn the play in. Robinson had to cut it up, and then the pursuit got him. Nice job by Grzanic from his inside linebacker spot.
We have cameras everywhere tonight. The Communications Media Department, the bucket truck in the end zone, cameras upstairs, cameras on the sideline.
They said they had 6 to work this game.
Pistol formation. Motion man, and Ridbaum rolling to his left. Coming up, Colby Skultedy misses him, and now they have him, and down he goes for a loss inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Jim Bentz and Sean Steffi applied the heat, and Ridbaum stepped up at first, and then there was just too much traffic.
Nice job by Skultedy to force him to pull the ball down. He was going to throw. Colby was coming in. He just couldn't get rid of the ball, so he had to pull it down, avoided that tackle, but the pursuit got him. And again, Mark, that's one of my pet peeves. Why you roll a right-handed quarterback left?
Yeah, I know that's, and Homer Center does that a lot too, don't
he
they?
could not turn to throw. He was in trouble, and he could have, if he's going the other way, he might have been able to throw that away, but he could not do it going the other way.
Trips to the right for Blairsville. Ricky Shirley, Livingston, and Preston Breida. And Ridbaum, little screen over the middle, dumps it off to Robinson, not going anywhere. Diagnosed by Mike Newhouse and Lucas Monco. And the Bobcats will have to punt it away with 5:50 and the clock rolling in this first quarter.
That's a nice offensive call, and Homer not full. Monco came back from defensive line position and helped out by Newhouse. Snuffed that out, so Blairsville now going to have to kick it away.
Dean Robinson, the punter, has punted 8 times this season, 30.1 average, right in the middle of the Heritage Conference. Punters at 5th. Aaron Brzezinski, Ian Lee stand at their own 20-yard line, and the kick is away. And Brzezinski allows it to bounce, picks it up on a hop at the 25 to the 30, up to the 35-yard line where he's tackled on the play by Dylan Dorenzo. There's immediate timeout on the field. Homer Center will have the ball. When we return, it's Homer Center nothing, Blairsville nothing. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night on 1160 WCCS and IUP TV. Hey, tell him it should be immediate timeout. He knows. He didn't give it to us. Bring it back. No bumper music.
Ian Lee takes the toss. He's dropped. By number 26, Dion Robinson.
Well, they did not give the media timeout on the field as they should have. And the toss to Ian Lee stopped by Dean Robinson after a 1-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. 4:50 clock rolling in this scoreless first quarter.
I think early going here. Homer's going to have to be a lot crisper with their blocking here. They're missing a lot of blocks right now, and the Bobcats are a big part of that.
And the give to Newhouse, left side, 40, 45 to midfield. Following the block of Skultedy, powers his way into Blairsville territory, all the way to the 39-yard line. Mike Newhouse. Getting down about 24 yards or so on that. Mitchell Snyder on the tackle, along with safety Jalen Ridbaum. So from the 36-yard line, let's see where they spot it. Looks to be at about the 39-yard line. So the play, 25 yards officially for Newhouse. You know, Ward, Homer Center in both halves in their first 4 games had scored 3 of their first 4 times they touched the ball. So Blairsville did a good job on that opening possession of shutting the door, although the Wildcats hurt their own cause with the penalty. Give to McAdoo in the loose, 35-30, left sideline 20. He's heading for the end zone. He dives, he's in. Touchdown, Homer Center. Matt McAdoo from 39 yards out. He has his second rushing touchdown of the season, and the Wildcats have the lead 6-0 with 4:09 remaining in the first quarter.
Boy, nice cut. He saw the gap there off the left guard. Again, that left side is where Homer seems to have their most success. He made one cut, Mark, and then just turned on the jets and just outran everybody. And that's just a nice piece of running by Matt McAdoo.
Ian Lee is is 9 for 15 kicking the ball. It's been a problem for Homer Center. The snap is put down by Brzezinski. The kick looks true, and it is. So the Wildcats don't score on their first possession, but they do on their second, driving 64 yards. They lead 7-0 with 4:09 remaining in the first half on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software, to our motion capture lab and everything in between. The Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
We certainly want to thank Dr. Mark Powinski, Lacey, Brittany, the entire crew at Communications Media Department at IUP for making these Heritage Conference games of the week possible. That Wildcat drive, the Wood Chevrolet drive summary, 3 plays, 64 yards. It took 1:07, 39-yard touchdown run from Matt McAdoo. Ian Lee added the extra point, and Ian Lee will kick off. He approaches the ball, and it's a squibber, and it's going to roll back and picked up by Blairsville's Jacob Gonzalez, and Gonzalez gets to the 25, where he is knocked off his limbs by the guy that just scored the touchdown, Matt McAdoo.
Helped out there by number 3, Matt Cook, got down there on the kick. Good coverage by the Cats there. That's why I like them to kick the ball just the way they did there, Mark. Kicking along the ground, it kills all of the momentum of the return. It takes some time to pick it up, allows your pursuit to get down there, and the result is they set up on the 25.
7-0 Homer Center with 4:05 to play on this absolutely gorgeous night in Homer City on homecoming. They couldn't ask for anything more.
Nice crowd. Finally nice to see people standing around the end zone.
Big crowd. Reminiscent of the olden days.
Yeah, it sure is.
Play action pass, Ridbaum boots to his left, looking, throws underneath, too tall for the intended receiver, returning from a concussion, Ricky Shirley. He's only a freshman, 5'9", 140. I wanted to mention Scott Thompson, what a loss he is for Blairsville, the 6'2 junior. He was 37 of 59 for 557 yards rushing, or passing through 3 games, 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 120 yards on 43 carries. He had 20 tackles defensively. Other than that, he really didn't contribute to the Blairsville offense.
And he can run the ball, too. He would have been a real threat for this Homer defense, but unfortunately he is not in the game. Although you did make a suggestion that Blairsville gets in the playoffs, these teams could meet again. He could play.
Ridbaum with Livingston in motion on a 2nd and 10 from the gun. Good protection, throwing over the middle, slant, and intercepted by Caruso, 40-30, right sideline, 20-10. He's heading for the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Caruso.
There's the flag, Mark. Somebody, for whatever reason, tried to block, and I was in the back. I didn't catch the number. I wouldn't have said it anyway. But just totally unnecessary, and it's going to cost Homer that touchdown.
Second big penalty, if indeed you are right, Ward, and there's no reason it wouldn't be on Homer unless Blairsville did something after the fact. Let's see, that's possible too, I guess. The referee comes over and he says, push, block in the back, Homer Center. So indeed, you were right with 3:49 to play in the first half, and they back it up. And boy, that had to take place at the 1-yard line, Ward, because the ball's at the 11.
Well, it's a block in the back. It's a 10-yarder. So, yeah, you're right. Is it the 11 or the 14? No, it's at the 16.
Oh, 16-yard line. Yeah.
And I did see a very slight play. Had no effect on the play, which is why you don't even bother doing it. Yeah. Nice job, Anthony Caruso. Great to have him back.
Give off the right side. Lowering the shoulder is Mike Newhouse, and he has good running room. Around the right side, he got to the edge. Tackle made defensively by Quirinius Wilson, a sophomore.
Boy, great block by Jimmy Bentz. Actually, he had Dion Robinson hooked up with him, and he pushed him backwards. He turned him and pushed him back toward the Homer Center line of scrimmage.
Second down and 2. I formation dotting the I, E, and Lee. And they give it up the middle. Lee inside the 5, down to about the 4. Renda Anderson has him for Blairsville. That big defensive tackle at 6'2", 225 pounds. But Lee has a first down. It's first and goal. Might be closer to the 3 than it is the 4.
Well, we're starting to take control of the line of scrimmage here. We're starting to see that as well. After a good stop by Blairsville on the first series, Homer just 3 plays to score their second time.
House got 8. First and goal from the 4-yard line. They give off the left side, big hole. Newhouse fighting for the end zone. They stand him up, but he got in. Touchdown, Homer Center. They take advantage of Anthony Caruso's interception of Jalen Ridbaum, and they drive the short field of 16 yards, and with 3:03 remaining in the first quarter, it's now Homer Center 13 and the Blairsville Bobcats nothing.
Billy Grzanek over there, Sean Steffi the center, and certainly Lucas Malco at tackle, and that left side has been really lights out for Homer as far as their running is concerned.
Lee the kicker, the holder Brzezinski, snapper is Matt Cook replacing Cody Miller, and the kick is through the uprights. It is good. So with 3:03 remaining in the first quarter, Homer Center did not score on their first possession. They do on their second. They tack one on their third following a turnover on the Bobcats. They lead 14-0. We're going to come back with the Homer Center kickoff as we continue our coverage on an IRMC Sports Night here on 1160 WCCS, the MSA Sports Network, and IUP TV.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer-lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a 5th grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Ian Lee has it teed up for the Wildcats. They lead 14-0 with 3:03 remaining in the quarter. It's a floating kick, goes through Henderson. It's picked up by Blairsville, and with the football is Dion Robinson, and he's over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Billy Grzanek and also Zayak on the kick coverage team for Homer Center, Tim Zayak. And Bobcats will start their third possession from the 28-yard line.
Timmy Zayak plays very well on these special teams. It's very important to get coverage on these kicks, because Homer's had some problems with that. Did a nice job there, though.
First and 10, Blairsville ball on the right hash favoring the Homer Center bench. They send Ricky Shirley, a receiver, to the short boundary. Out in the slot is Cameron Livingston as receiver. Twins up top as well, including Preston Breida. Long count, Ridbaum turns, hands it off to Dion Robinson. He has a yard to the 29, and that's about all. Cody Miller defensively, along with Billy Grzanek. Call it a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9 for Blairsville.
Homer wrestling a couple players. Mike Newhouse down there, a little ice on the back of his neck. I saw Ian Lee also out. And got some subs there. McLaughlin at the linebacker spot, and Johnny Ireland in at Ian Lee spot at the corner over there.
2:30 clock moving here in the first quarter. Homer Center out 14-0. 87th meeting dating back to 1923.
That's a long time. You weren't even around then.
No, I wasn't. Twins up top for Blairsville. Now we have a whistle and I think a timeout called by Blairsville. We'll take 1-2 with 2:10 on the scoreboard clock. Big crowd here rimming the sidelines at Memorial Field. Homer Center 14, Blairsville nothing. Our coverage from Lincoln and Harrison Streets continues right after this on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network. we come back, rolling to the left, Ritbaum, and he's going to be tracked down by Billy Grzanek. Couldn't find a receiver, and then Grzanek caught up with him at the 27-yard line, so it'll be a loss for Blairsville. Now they're faced with a situation head coach Rick Hartley probably would not like to have, 3rd down and 11.
And again, he's rolling left, so he's dead meat out there if he gets any kind of pursuit. It's just so hard to turn and get anything on a pass going that direction. So Grzanek, he could close on you pretty quick anyhow.
They need their own 38 for a 1st down. They have twin receivers to the right from the shotgun. Ritbaum throws over the middle, has Robinson, and he's in the loose. It's a foot race. Robinson dragged down from behind by Anthony Caruso, but the Bobcats pick up the chains and much more into Wildcat territory to the 35-yard line. Well thrown ball by quarterback Jalen Ritbaum.
Nice play and nice catch there. Robinson just took advantage of the receivers going out and drawing the free safety away from the middle of the field. He just ran a little streak up through that slot, was wide open. Caruso, to his credit, was able to recover and make the play.
38-yard gain, and they give to Robinson, who tries ducking under a defender, but he goes down. Billy Grzanek had pursuit. The pass play covering 38 yards to the 35 of Homer Center, and we reach the final minute of the 1st quarter. We have just ticked under a minute. Blairsville trying to come up with a big answer to Homer Center's 2nd touchdown and slice into this lead. It's 14-0.
Homer has been susceptible to deep passes. I mean, this hasn't really been a factor in the regular season, Mark, but we did see some of that occur in the preseason.
2nd down, just about 10 to go. Ricky Shirley, a receiver to the right, along with Preston Breida. Play action pass. He boots to the left, throws sideline, caught by Breida. And down he goes, gain of about 5. Colby Skoltedi on the coverage. Basically, was it incomplete? Oh, I'm sorry, he dropped the football.
He must have dropped it. It looked like he caught it and then was tackled out of bounds, but apparently he dropped it. That's a break for Homer because he was open.
3rd down and 9. Looking defensively, Mike Newhouse is back in there, but he got in there in a hurry after that complete pass.
After that long play, he went back into the ball game. Although he wouldn't have been that deep in coverage, I don't think.
Again, double wing, receivers to the right, slanting pattern knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Jimmy Benson. Now it'll be 4th down for Blairsville. Well, they just had 3rd and 11 from their own 27 and hit a 38-yard pass to Robinson. Now they're going to be faced with 4th down and almost 10.
Homer obviously going to be alert for the deep ball again here. They need to get a little pressure, maybe just rushing with their front 4. They've had some success getting pressure just with the front 4 rushers and put 7 in coverage, maybe 6.
Only 10 seconds on the scoreboard clock remaining in this 1st quarter. Boy, what night weather-wise.
Oh, it's a spectacular night.
No, I don't think we're going to be in.
Oh, my goodness gracious. This was something.
All right, receivers all over the joint again from the shotgun. Ritbaum looking, throwing, knocked down, incomplete. This time, Lucas Monco got his hands up in the air, and the Wildcats hold Blairsville and will take over.
Wow, what a stand. Blairsville had 3 incompletions there after that after they got that big 1st down. Homer just tightened up. One of the things we talked about, Homer's linemen, they're big, heavy, but they're also tall, and that's a perfect example. If you can't get to the quarterback, you jump up, try to block them, and 2 blocks on that passing series there in those 4 plays.
Probably looking at the final play of the quarter on 1st and 10, and we have a flag from the line judge. Blairsville was jumping around. Did Homer Center move? We'll find out. Colby Skoltedi of the Wildcats acting like it's against Blairsville, and he wasn't acting. He knew.
They jumped too far, probably made contact in the neutral zone, so Homer gets an extra 5. These are the things that Blairsville can't do. We talked about that. They've already had a turnover. They can't afford to do that, and they certainly can't afford to have penalties extend Homer drives.
I formation. Newhouse, the fullback. Ian Lee, the junior, dots the I. Blairsville shows blitz. They give to Lee. Lee comes near sideline. He has running room. Stiff arm. 45, 50, 45 of Blairsville to the 40. Forced out of bounds at the 36-yard line by safety Jalen Ritbaum. But that play going to cover 23 yards for Lee. And the Wildcats on the final play of the quarter, they find running room. It's been a good first quarter if you're a Homer Center fan. Not so good for Blairsville. They've dug themselves a hole. It's Homer Center 14 and the Blairsville Bobcats nothing. You're listening to Wildcat Football on the 1160 WCCS MSA Sports Network. Also tonight's game on IUP TV.
It's the most anticipated concert of the year, a B.E. Taylor Christmas, coming to the Kowalczyk Complex December 20th. The B.E. Taylor Christmas Concert.
Feel the love of Christmas. It's never out of style.
Renda Broadcasting's Teddy Bear Fund Drive, in cooperation with S&T Bank, present a very special evening at the Kowalczyk Complex.
Come, all ye faithful.
December 20th.
Did you know that your baby...
Come share in this breathtaking celebration of holiday spirit. Tickets are on sale now.
So this is Christmas.
Tickets for a B. Taylor Christmas are on sale now at 1-800-298-4200 or online at KowalczykComplex.com. The magic of a B.E. Taylor Christmas returns December 20th.
No, that's not right.
That's all right.
No, that would be really a big... There's the carry that's speaking of rushing yardage. Mike Newhouse inside the 30, inside the 25.
Newhouse will carry down to about the 22.
On the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats, it was Quirinius Wilson. First down for Homer Center. The football marked down at the 24-yard line.
Credit Tommy Rohr, Cody Miller on the right side. I've been talking about the left side. Somebody else, right guard, right tackle did a nice job opening that hole up.
Full house backfield. They give to Matt McAdoo. Cuts it back. Gets by a defender down to the 15-yard line. Tackled on the play by Blairsville's Cam Livingston, along with Wilson again.
What Homer's doing, Marcus, is obvious. They're getting chunks of yardage. They're just not getting 2- and 3-yard gains. They're getting large again. This was an 8-yard pickup by McAdoo, and they're just blowing holes in the Blairsville line.
Second down and 2 for Homer Center from the Blairsville 15-yard line. Power I formation, they give to Lee. Lee hurdles over a tackler down to the 10-yard line. Hugh Wilson on the stop again, but first down for Homer Center. They're going to have a first and goal inside the 10-yard line.
Now, if you're coaching this team, you have got to be happy with the line surge you're seeing there. You've seen everything is pushing Blairsville downfield, and this is what we talked about. We felt that if Homer could hang on to the football, the Bobcats' defense just would not be able to stop them. That's what's happening.
Quarterback Aaron Brzezinski, 20 of 26 passing. He's under center. Sean Steffing, he's going to keep the ball. He cuts it back to the 5, down close to the end zone. He's fighting for the goal line. No signal from the officials. And the Blairsville saying he fumbled the ball. And let's see what the officials say. If it is, it'll be Homer Center's first offensive turnover. They had the one on the onside kick, and it is a fumble on Aaron Brzezinski, and Blairsville is going to get it at the 20-yard line. A huge break for Blairsville.
Fumbled it into the end zone. That was bad. Had he fumbled at least on the 1-yard line, Homer would have had him bottled up. But no dice. Boy, it was a nice cut by Aaron. He just probably had it ripped away when he was fighting for the end zone, and that'll happen. But a turnover, something the Bobcats needed. Coach Torrey mentioned that earlier, that's what he felt they had to have, Blairsville, in order to stay in this game. That just helped keep this game from getting out of control.
Yep, boy. If Blairsville comes back, no question that would be the turning point. Homer Center was looking to go up 3 scores. Dion Robinson, the only setback, and they toss it right to Robinson. Robinson cuts it back, now has running room up to about the 25-yard line. Chip Bentz and Mike Newhouse on the tackle. Give you Robinson's stats, because he does it both rushing and passing or receiving. 99 rushes for 527 yards, 5.3 average, 6 touchdowns, and he's their leading receiver, 13 receptions, 188 for a 14.5-yard average, and he already has a 38-yard grab to his credit in this game.
Yeah, he's going to get worn out here if they keep running like they are, though.
Second down, call it 4. They spot it at the 26. They give it up the middle, and he is hit, and down he goes. Mike Newhouse, now Homer Center, saying a fumble, but the referee right away says Robinson was down.
I think Brzanek and Newhouse teamed up on that hit. No dice on that game.
That might lose a yard. It does, Ward, back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be third down and 5, 9:50 to play in the second quarter, 14-0 Homer Center.
Wildcat D has risen to the occasion a couple of times already here. Blairsville's had one good drive, and that was the result of a long pass.
Trips to the left. They reshift Dorenzo to the right side. Bryda and Shirley out here to the left, to the wide side of the field, and Ribbaum back to pass. Slant in too low for the intended receiver. Robinson probably has a first down if he's able to make the shoestring grab, but instead Blairsville will have to punt the ball away with 9:24 remaining in the first half.
A little pressure there, and again, I'm not sure it was Cody Miller on that side, that somebody got their hands up enough that Ribbaum could not get it to Robinson, who was open in the flat. Again, using three receivers to one side, then you throw to the other side.
Robinson stands at his own 13-yard line. Lee and Brzanek back to receive the punt on 4th down and 5 for Blairsville. Protector is Jalen Ribbaum, so look for anything here, although they are deep in their own territory. They snap it through, and Robinson's kick is away. It's a line drive kick. Taken and fumbled by Brzanek. Blairsville has it at the 48-yard line. So Homer Center's been turnover free, and they've made two big mistakes here in the second quarter. Blairsville's has new life at the Wildcat 48-yard line.
That ball was kicked hard and sailed. Brzanek tried to make the catch against his chest, and the bad news about that is when you do that, the ball, if you don't catch it and grab it, it's going to bounce off your pads, and that's exactly what happened. Bounced right off his pads. Hard kick, line drive type kick, and just didn't handle it.
Bryda recovered the fumble. From the Wildcat 48, Ribbaum gives to Robinson, and Robinson gains a yard or two. Mike Newhouse, Billy Brzanek on the stop for Homer Center, and the Wildcat defense is really being put to the test now.
Robinson's helmet came off, so he has to leave for a play.
In trots John Fetchko, a freshman. 5'10", 170 on 2nd down and 8. They restart the clock with 9:09 remaining in the half. It's 14-0 Homer Center. Blairsville has been given two big breaks from Homer Center on fumbles.
Yeah, it's homecoming. I guess they're trying to be good hosts, but that was not the design there. They're coming in, I'm sure.
From the gun, pistol formation, Livingston in the backfield behind the quarterback Ribbaum. Long count, gives it to Livingston, and he is met and pushed back by Newhouse, and down he goes. Livingston says, hey, how about a flag, as Newhouse carried out the tackle, but no flag on the field and no gain on the play. Or if there is, they give him forward progress. You talk about a hard-earned yard.
Yeah, Homer's linebackers, both Brzanek and Newhouse, are really closing holes. I mean, they're getting into those gaps right away. There looks like space there. Bam, there they are. They knock them down. That's what's really controlling this running game. So we're looking play action fake here, I'm sure, Mark.
From the Wildcat 45-yard line, 8:07. We're approaching the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-0 Homer Center. Third down, call it 7. Ribbaum under center. Robinson, the lone setback, trips to the right, and they dump it off. Robinson has it at the 45, cuts it back, first down yardage to the 38-yard line of Homer Center. Billy Brzanek and also Luke Malco. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to come back. Wow, that flag was way back there.
Yeah,
all the way back the 49-yard line of Blairsville.
Had to be a holdback there.
The referee says holding Blairsville with 7:46 to play, so that negates a first down. Homer Center had that same situation practically at the same spot on the field.
That was a nice play, too. Well done. They had a little screen set up, dumped it off to Robinson. He used his skill to pick up the first down. But apparently in the backfield, I don't know if Jimmy Bentz was back there. He's the only guy I saw back there. He might have been helped.
Third down after that penalty and 22. The ball pushed back to Blairsville's 40. 4 receivers in the formation, maybe 5 from the gun. Ridbaum, pressure coming, down goes Ridbaum, and they're going to say he's in the grasp. He tried getting rid of the ball, but it is a sack back at the 33-yard line. Cody Miller on the sack, and Homer Center with a big defensive play.
What shoulder injury, huh? He threw him down when Ridbaum got rid of the ball. Cody says, no, and he's helping the official by saying, no, he's down. You can see him pointing to the ground. Big stop by the Wildcats, again, aided by the Bobcats penalty. So both teams helping each other here.
Do this over again on the punt. They restart the clock under 7 minutes, 14-0 Homer Center. High, short kick. And this time Brzezinski lets it bounce, and it takes a favorable Homer Center roll to the 44-yard line. And it's going to roll dead there.
Aaron was hoping that ball didn't come to him. Trust me. Even though he's got all the confidence in the world, I think he was just hoping that don't kick it to me. Well, he made the right thing that time. The short punt, get away from it, took a Wildcat bounce. So Homer sets up 44-yard line of the Wildcats with 6:48 to go. Wildcats leading 14-0 right here. Second quarter.
23-yard punt, no return.
We flip our meter there.
Oh, yeah, we got our Mistretta meter here. Flip it over, 14-0 Homer Center. They give on a counter. Here comes McAdoo, and down goes McAdoo. Beautiful defensive play by Blairsville's Radez Henderson. We've called his name on 3 plays, and that play will lose almost 3 yards back to the inside the 42-yard line.
That's Jacob Smith, I think, 66.
Oh, is it 66? I thought it was 60. See, oh, you're right. It was the nose guard then, Ward. I'm sorry. Jacob Smith. Let's give him credit.
Apologize to me. Apologize to our listening.
Although Radez Henderson has been in on a few plays.
Yes, he has. Well, I'm just trying to help you out here. If you want to be an actor.
By the way, Blairsville's uniforms, I like them. Orange pants, orange helmets. They haven't had orange helmets in a while.
Like the Bengals.
Second down and 12. Sidecar from the gun. It's Newhouse. Brzezinski throwing downfield for School Teddy. There's a flag and interference. No question about that. Hugh Wilson on the coverage, and he pushed off of Colby School Teddy, and they're going to mark that. And now Homer Center's coaches are upset. Are they going to call that non-catchable?
There's a penalty in the backfield. Upset, I'm sure. Homer may have had a hold. Yep.
Holding on Homer Center.
Wilson never turned to look for the ball. He just kind of drove Cody out of bounds, and that's why he had the interference. Holding occurred in the backfield. I thought I saw that, I'll be honest with you, but I wasn't going to say anything.
This game, by the way, we're mentioning IUP TV, of course. It will be replayed next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at 8 o'clock on Comcast Cable TV Channel 6, IUP TV.
That's a great opportunity for both these teams. They get to see themselves on TV.
Second down and 12. Motion man McAdoo. The Wildcats from their own 43. They give to Newhouse to the 45. Lowers the shoulder. Pushed back at about the 47 or so. On the stop for the Blairsville Bobcats, middle linebacker John Fetchko along with Q Wilson. And positive yardage for Newhouse, but well short of a first down. The Wildcats will be faced with third down and a little over 5 to go with 5:35 and the clock moving in the second quarter. Homer Center leading 14-0.
See the influence Coach Hartley and his staff have on these guys. They're still fighting and battling out there. Homer's had the better of the play. Bobcats are not quitting, and this is really the nature of this team. I think it's a reflection of the coaching staff.
Ball on the right hash, and they fake it, toss. They give it to Lee up the middle. Lee, first down, Homer Center. Ran right over John Fetchko and also Quirinius Wilson, and he kept the legs churning and picks up the Wildcat first down at the 5:10 mark of the first half. The Wildcats will have first and 10 at the Bobcat 42.
Again, you can see the flow of the offensive line, just moving Bobcats back. Wilson made a nice tackle there, despite the fact that he was being blocked.
First and 10, Homer Center, lone setback, Newhouse, twins to the right, twins to the left, and they give it to Newhouse. Newhouse keeps the legs moving. He fumbled the football, and Blairsville has another one. Preston Renda recovered that fumble. Second fumble recovery for him, and the Wildcats are shooting themselves in the foot big time.
Well, that to me is unforced error on the part of Mike Newhouse, but a credit to the Bobcats. They are grabbing for it. They're doing everything they can to rip it away. He's a horse to bring down, and he doesn't like to go down. But Bobcats knew that, so they said, hey, we'll just take the ball. Now we're getting a time both ways here.
We have a media timeout on the field with 4:50 to play in the first half. Homer Center's had opportunities to put the game away. Instead, they keep opening the door for Blairsville. Will the Bobcats enter? We'll find out when we return. You're listening to an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. Wildcats 14, Blairsville nothing on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software, to our motion capture lab and everything in between. The Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
Well, Ward mentioned jinx the Wildcats with what I mentioned on the pregame. They've turned it over 3 times now.
I jinxed them.
No, I said I did.
Okay, thank you.
1st and 10. Blairsville fans are happy about that, and they give on a counter, and Livingston has running room. He's dragged down from behind. That looked like it was going to go for bigger yardage than it did, and it went for 7. Cody Miller made the tackle at the 41-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 6 officially. With 4:34 to play in the half, 14-0 Homer Center.
Bobcats have shown an ability to put points on the board, and if you keep giving them opportunities, it can come back to bite you. Homer only up 14-0. It should be at least one more score on top of that, but hasn't happened. The Bobcats now going to need to take advantage of it.
Wing right is Ricky Shirley. High set, Livingston the fullback, Robinson dots the I, long count, and they give up the middle to the fullback, and Newhouse has the fullback, that is Cameron Livingston. He went absolutely nowhere. Might lose a few inches on the play back near the 40-yard line.
Again, I'm talking about filling gaps, and that's what linebackers do. And it was just like he shot out of a cannon that time. Newhouse met him right there, so knocked him back. It's probably 3rd and 5 almost now, Mark.
Want to say hello to Disney Denny. Denny Mester listening on the MSA Sports Network from the Orlando, Florida area. We hope Donald's treating him well.
They treat you good down there. I've been there once or twice.
4 receivers in the formation. Lone setback Robinson. They toss it right to Robinson, trying to get to the edge. McAdoo can't get him. He has a first down. He's forced out of bounds, and that's a flag on Homer Center. They ran him right into the bench, and he hit the metal bench on the far side of the field, and he is down.
That was not a good move. I don't know who hit him over there. Way all out of bounds.
They're trying to separate the players. Robinson is he upward? We hope so. Yeah, he's heading back to the huddle. And that's going to be a 15-yard mark-off for Homer Center. And the Wildcats, Ward, uncharacteristically kind of losing their composure here in a couple of different ways. Personal foul, Homer Center, and absolutely the right call.
Well, we talked about coming in. They're fired up. Their adrenaline's up. This is a big challenge game for them. They haven't really had one until now, but you have to channel that energy, Mark. You just can't just go flying around out there. That's a bad mistake. Unnecessary. They had a first down. You're helping the team get back into a ball game that you had total control over. And you know what? And I'll tell you right now, momentum is not an easy friend. They don't always come back to you. So it's something that Homer's going to have to earn back here. They're starting to lose it right now. If the Bobcats go in and score, this game's going to get real interesting.
And Blairsville will get the second half kickoff. So it's 14-0 Homer Center with 3:21 to play, and Blairsville is in Wildcat territory at the 35-yard line. Robinson, fortunately, is okay. Goodness knows the Bobcats have had enough of the injuries, let alone one like that. First down and 10. Wingman right is Livingston, and Ridbaum back to pass. Pressure coming, he dumps it off, screen to Robinson. Robinson right sideline, first down, shows that great burst that he has. He's their leading receiver, and he has 12 yards on that play. Aaron Brzezinski forced him out, but the Wildcats defense allows a 12-yard screen pass to Robinson. They've had success with that play.
Yeah, they run to the short side there. They split everybody out, try to influence the defense away from the sideline, and they just dump it to Robinson. And if you give him any room at all, there's the result, 12 yards.
First down and 10 at the Wildcat 23-yard line.
This is a huge drive. 3:14 to go. Homer up 14-0, but that is in jeopardy right now. The Bobcats are starting to feel it.
Ridbaum under his center, Tom Tripodis. I formation. They're going to give on a little reverse. Here comes Livingston. Near side, he has running room to the 20, to the 15. He's met and dropped by Newhouse, but going to be close to a first down. He's going to gain about 9 yards on that play. With 3 minutes exactly, clock continuing to roll here at Memorial Field in Homer City. They marked it right at the 15-yard line on the left hash. Newhouse coming out, and he's banged up, and Stephen McLaughlin checking in.
Homer lost contain on that play, and that allowed the result to be a big 8-yard pickup.
Second down and 2 for Blairsville at the Wildcat 15-yard line. Lone setback is Robinson. Ridbaum again, a long count. Toss right to Dion. Trying to get to the edge, cuts it back, gains yardage on his own, and he might have a first down. Boy, they had him bottled up in his own backfield, and that great athleticism that he has. And is it enough to move the chains? It's certainly going to be close. They might even need to bring them in. It's at the 13-yard line. I'm not even sure who made that tackle, Bobby. Lucas Monco and Billy Grzanek, and they are going to, nope, the referee's saying first down. They're not going to bring the chains in. So at the Wildcat 12-yard line, Blairsville trying to cut this lead in half. It's 14-0 Homer Center with 1:57 to play in the half.
I don't know how many timeouts the Bobcats have. I think at least
they have two left, yep.
And it's certainly a factor because it's 1:48 and counting here. Homer D really getting challenged.
Robinson, deep setback, and they hand it to him, and Robinson trying to get to the edge, and down he goes. Cody Miller tackled him and pushed him back. He might even lose a yard. We'll see where they spot the football. We're down to 90 seconds and counting. Blairsville, again, we believe they have 2 timeouts remaining. Right down at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down and 10. The Bobcats can get a first down at the Homer Center, too.
Yeah, that's true, Mark. I just don't know how much time they're going to have if in fact that occurs. They're not stopping the clock right now. I'm sure after this play they will.
Second down and 10. Again, Robinson a threat out of the backfield. We've already seen a couple of big grabs for him. Twins to the left. He's in the backfield with a wingman to the left. That's Bryda. And they hand it to Robinson right up the gut, and he gets inside the 10 down to about the 9. Solo tackle by Homer Center's Lucas Monco, and Blairsville takes a timeout with 46 seconds remaining in the first half, and Homer Center leading at 14-0. We'll step out for 30 seconds. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
I've had a passion for being creative. So choosing IUP for interior design was an easy decision.
I wanted a school with smaller class sizes.
Cutting edge technology. Access to the greatest internships.
A place where I could challenge myself while exploring my creative abilities.
IUP's interior design program has all of this and more. The program provided me with opportunities to get involved and gain the real-life experience I need to be successful. IUP Interior Design. Sometimes you just know. For more information, visit iup.edu.
Third down for Blairsville out of their own timeout. The Blairsville offense, 176 yards rushing on average, 143 passing. Of course, that's a different number with Thompson on the shelf with the injury. 319 yards per game, third in the conference. They come out with twins to the left, and they have Robinson in the backfield, and it's Ridbaum back to pass, rolling to his right. He cuts it back, and he has a tough yard or two, and that's all Blairsville is going to have. Fourth down from the 7-yard line. They have 5 for a first down and 7 for a touchdown. The clock continues to roll with 28 seconds remaining. I don't think Rick Hartley in this situation would kick the field goal, but maybe he would.
Just to get some points on the board, but have they stopped it? They haven't stopped it. Apparently they are out of timeouts.
Well, are they or aren't they? They might just let it roll down and kick a field goal. Looks like they're getting the field goal unit ready. Eric Stipchak, outstanding freshman kicker, and they have had good ones, and there is a timeout called with 3 seconds remaining in the half. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night coverage continues with the score. Homer Center 14, Blairsville nothing, 3 seconds remaining in the half on the 1160 WCCS MSA Sports Network.
See, I don't agree with this.
I wouldn't have done that.
How many times are you going to get down there? Took a fumble and a 15-yard penalty to get him down.
The voice of the Wildcats, Mark Burdick, and color analyst Ward Hilliard call all the
Good. Bring it back, Jim. Bring it back.
page on the pregame and postgame shows. Now in their 29th season, AM 1160 WCCS.
With Ward Hilliard, Mark Burdick back with you. Well, the Bobcats ran it down to 3 seconds. We were talking off Mike Ward. Of course, you could see a fake here, too. That I'm not so sure we agree with this strategy when you're down that close. And they had that timeout. But that's why we're up here.
I'm sure he wants to get some points out of the drive. My concern is if you're a Blairsville fan, how many times are you going to get down there?
The holder at the 15-yard line. Stipchak, right-footed kicker. It'll be a 25-yard attempt, and the kick is up. It looks good. As time expires, it is good. Eric Stipchak, not Eric Stipchak, but Andrew Stipchak's third 25-yard field goal of the season. Teams head to the locker room. For Homer Center, they actually have to be disappointed. It should be much more than it is, but they lead 14-3 over the Blairsville Bobcats, the 87th renewal of the Backyard Brawl on a homecoming at Memorial Field. Stay with us for our halftime report from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. My Life, My Bank. S&T Bank proud to present the B.E. Taylor Christmas Concert Friday, December 20th at the Cavalcha Complex. Tickets are now on sale. We're going to come back, recap the first half, give you statistics and much more as we continue on the 1160 WCCS IUP TV Sports Network.
My name is Howie Bagosa, and I am a designer for Disney Interactive Studios. So I design video games, specifically Club Penguin, which is a virtual world for kids. And I basically am in charge of creating art assets for this game and basically making the game look fun and exciting and approachable for kids. So I was never an actual graphic design major, but I didn't let that stop me from pursuing what I wanted to do. As a communications media major, I tried to look for mentors to help facilitate the dreams that I wanted to pursue. One of my mentors in particular was Dr. Drew Davidson, and he showed me that not only could I dream about being a graphic designer for video games and working in the video games industry, he showed me how to get there, and that was a really big step for me, knowing that I had a dream, but also the map and the path to walk on to get to that position. Going to IUP has helped me, dip my feet into many different disciplines and interests, and that has really helped me out a lot in my career. You would think that being a dance minor has absolutely nothing to do with anything, right, except dance. But that experience alone at IUP has helped me become an animator for Disney. Getting a sense of timing and movement translates really well from dance to animation. The class sizes at IUP are really small, but sitting in a smaller class and getting a lot of attention from your professors, amazing. Like, it's hard, it's difficult to really engage and absorb the knowledge that a professor gives to you in a large setting. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the small settings was that I was able to find good mentors. Dr. Lamberski, Dr. Drew Davidson, these people have all molded me and shaped me into becoming this fierce, professional and really pursue my dreams. Growing up Our family didn't have a lot of money, and school and college was almost a pipe dream. IUP gave me that chance. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for the people at my college who placed their faith in me. Find your success at IUP.
Homer Center next week at United will be on the air at 6:30. And then they enter Murderer's Row with Penns Manor, Ligonier, Conemaugh Township, and at Portage. Not necessarily in that order.
No, it's not in that order. One of the things they got to do here is kick the ball away from Mr. Robinson.
Ian Lee approaches the football from the 40. It's a kick coming near sideline. Going to be taken by Blairsville's Gonzalez. Heads toward the middle of the field, and Billy Grzanek and Matt McAdoo have him and push him back. Good kick coverage for Homer Center. Out of town scoreboard, Indiana over Highlands, 7-0. I thought Highlands was winning that game earlier. 7-0 Highlands. 28-0 Marion Center over Penns Manor. Northern Cambria leading Purchase line
That's
20-0. Which way is it?
Penns Manor's up 28-0.
Yeah, these scores are all backwards. Yeah, Penns Manor leading Marion Center 20. Because I said, wow. Our Jerry Ross is inverting things on us. Windber over Ligonier 20-14, if that's right. We don't know. Blairsville from their own 18-yard line, I formation, and Ridbaum, play action, boots to his right, throws underneath, incomplete. Near the Homer Center bench, the intended receiver at the 22-yard line was Ricky Shirley. Matt McAdoo on the coverage for Homer Center.
There's a little flat passes, and they're trying to run those basically to help Ridbaum out there. He is a sophomore. This is only his second start, so they're trying to make it easy on him.
Out limps Lucas Monco, the Wildcats' big left tackle on defense and left tackle on offense. See what that's all about. They can ill afford. Wildcats do not have a lot of depth. Let's put it that way.
No, and that's showing what Blairsville's done an amazing job here. In fact, they've had these injuries.
Pistol formation, and they pitch it to Robinson to the right corner, and he's knocked out of bounds. Very little gain, about 3 yards to the 21-yard line. Mike Newhouse knocked him out with 11:44 to play in the early moments of this third quarter, and Homer Center leading 14-3.
Yeah, Homer's linebackers are really shooting right at whoever the running back is, mainly Robinson. But I don't know if you saw Grzanek on that kickoff, though. He was like a torpedo going down there. He was not to be denied.
Logan Bellman in there for Monco at the left defensive tackle. To the right of him is Sean Steffi, right defensive end Jim Bentz. To the left is Cody Miller. Backers are Newhouse, Grzanek, Matt McAdoo. From the shotgun, Ridbaum looking, going to air it out over the middle, and it's a jump ball and deflected and almost caught on the rebound by Ricky Shirley, but incomplete. That's one of those crazy plays that we've seen through the years where it looks like an INT and then a deflection, it ends up a touchdown.
Ian Lee had it, but it bounced off his hands.
So for Homer Center, they come out with a good defensive series and will force a Blairsville punt.
There's some blue haze across the way there, and I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Well, fire in the concession stand. I know the Homer Center band parents do an outstanding job. Maybe they're cooking up some burgers.
They may be cooking across the way there in that yard.
Robinson's kick, it's a floating kick, and Brzezinski comes up and fields it kind of dangerously, but we've seen good aggressive punt returns for Homer Center in that type of play to protect that long roll, and Aaron did a good job there of not backing off despite his first half fumble on a punt in that first half.
Yeah, that shows a lot of confidence and a lot of smarts too, because you're exactly right, Mark. That ball hits and he lets it bounce. It could roll another 10, 15 yards. So Homer sets up shop on the 46, and what they need to do, if you're a Wildcat fan, is they need to take it all the way down and punch it in.
25-yard punt, no return. Motion man is McAdoo, and flag's going to be an offside on Blairsville.
They're trying to anticipate the snap, and you know, they're doing everything they can to slow this running game down. I can understand what they're trying to do here. They're going with 6 guys up front, and that time it just didn't work. Got a little too anxious. Nice job by the Wildcats to hold their positions, though, and not jump on that.
So they move the football up near the 40-yard line of the Blairsville Bobcats. It'll be 1st and 5 for Homer Center. Middle of the fourth, Pirates lead the Reds 2-0 in that gigantic series at the Great American Ballpark. Split backs with a wingman to the right. They give to Newhouse, lowers the shoulder. Newhouse has a first down to the Blairsville 35. That time he protected the ball, did he not? Luke Ratkus, as Mike Newhouse had both hands wrapped around it, he had fumbleitis in the first half, as the Wildcats really shot themselves in the foot. Luke Ratkus, a 6'1", 185-pound junior.
Yeah, Michael, nice job of lugging those guys again, and a solid carry, solid pickup there. Homer with a quick first down here.
Power I formation with double tights, and they give to Lee up the middle. Lee spins for yardage, about 5 yards to be exact, to the 30-yard line of Blairsville.
28.
On the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats, Radez Henderson, along with Preston Brida, one of the middle linebackers in Rick Artley's defensive scheme, but 5 yards on first down for Homer Center, decked out in their home uniforms, black pants, black jerseys, black helmets, white numerals. That's what you get. It's as simple as black and white here at Homer Center.
Yeah, they're running a lot of power I formation here, and they love to run counters off of that inside the tackles. They're doing a nice job.
They give the right side, Lee off right tackle, close to a first down. I think he'll be a half-yard shy.
66-24.
Jacob Smith on the stop, along with Cameron Livingston. And going to be about a half-yard shy. Third down, very short for Homer Center. The field crew has done a great job, again, getting this field ready. They put the hash marks on, the numbers. It looks very, very nice for late September. And this field does get a lot of use with junior high, JV, midget football, the elementary program, etc. So they've been pretty fortunate with the weather that the turf has stayed intact. Here we go, third down and less than a yard for Homer Center. Straight eye, McAdoo in motion behind quarterback Brzezinski to the left. Play action pass, throwing deep for Skoltedi, catches it, dives for the corner of the end zone, left pylon, touchdown Homer Center. Aaron Brzezinski on 3rd and inches, 25 yards, and the Wildcats extend their lead to 20-3 with 9:39 to play in the third quarter. Ward, I don't want to say a gutsy call, but a good call on 3rd and inches when you have a power team like Homer Center.
It was an excellent call. They knew they had him trapped at Blairsville creeping up a little bit. Colby just shot by the defenders. And they give Aaron credit. He just laid that ball out there perfectly. The only guy that could caught that would have been Colby Schoolteddy. And he did get in the end zone. We won't have to kid him tonight.
Snap is put down and the kick is ugly and low. Ian Lee didn't catch that one. It is no good. So with 9:39 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Wildcats, for the 4th time in 5 games, they score on their opening possession of the 2nd half. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night coverage continues with the score Homer Center 20 and the Blairsville Bobcats 3, right here on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software to our motion capture lab and everything in between. The Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
Renda will start throwing in the back seat.
Ian Lee's kick, a squibber taken by Jaden Ridbaum, and he's up to the 38-yard line. Billy Grzanek on that kick coverage team for Homer Center. The Woods Chevrolet drive summary, 4 plays, 46 yards. It took a minute 52. 25-yard touchdown pass from Brzezinski to Colby Schoolteddy, and Ward covering Homer Center all season long. And I know this game on TV on a replay too, but Blairsville fans wouldn't know this. Colby Schoolteddy's come so close to a touchdown, been dragged down on 2 occasions at the 2-yard line, so that had to feel good. His first touchdown of the season.
He was able to get in there that time, and almost had to. Once he caught the ball, his momentum carried him almost into the pylon. Great play. Good call, and Homer very confident in their running game. Figured they could get the first down if they didn't pick up the touchdown.
From their own 38-yard line, the Bobcats now down 17, and they give on a counter, and Cam Livingston has it. McAdoo has Livingston, and so does Luke Monco. Good to see Luke back in there for Homer Center. And Livingston, they're going to give him a yard forward progress to the 39, but Homer Center did not bite on that counter.
Well, Matt McAdoo is just very good at reading those reverses and counter plays. He does not bite. He stays home, does what you're supposed to do, and he turns the play in if he doesn't make the tackle. That time he did. Just a nice play here.
2nd down and 9 as Homer City's finest with the lights on and racing out of town. I hope they had the radio on the way to the arrest. Ridbaum rolls to his left, throws against the grain, taken by Dorenzo at the 45-yard line, and a flag comes in. Schoolteddy pushed him out of bounds, and going to be a flag for a late hit on Homer Center. Not a good penalty again.
I'm not sure if it was after the play he was out of bounds before the push or what went on over there, Mark. It looked like he was out of bounds before he got pushed, but I don't know. So we have no angle, so we can't tell, but the official was there. He took offense at something.
That pass play covering.
Now that was a nice job by Ridbaum. He's rolling left. And again, I don't care for that, but that's what he did. And he did a nice job of kind of shot putting it out there. Receiver wide open behind the coverage.
20-yard pass to the 41. They'll tack on 15. So they move it to the 27. And Homer Center certainly not playing a clean football game tonight.
It's keeping the team in the ball game by making these penalties.
They put it down at the 27. Twin receivers to the right. Dion Robinson, the tailback. He gets the handoff. Tries getting to the left corner. Jersey tackle, and they slow him down enough as another flag. 2 flags come in. And Colby Schoolteddy pleading his case. I'm not sure what this is about, but probably not going to be good for Homer Center, as they did bottle up Robinson, and Colby's heading to the sideline. We got 2 flags on the play. And here's the call from the referee with 8:34 to play. Personal foul, Homer Center, and an ejection. And that will be Colby Schoolteddy. Back-to-back late infractions on Homer Center, and that will cost Colby a game next week in his senior year.
Not good play. He's trying to please kid. Colby always plays aggressively. He's very competitive out there, but not a good play this time. You got to be under control. And you hurt yourself and the team by being kicked out because you do miss the next game. And that's a first down, and Homer's just giving chunks of yardage up via the penalty here to the Bobcats.
So that penalty takes it to the 12.
And there's a timeout on the field, Wildcats.
Timeout called by Homer Center. They're going to try to get this defensive unit back under control here.
Yeah, they got to play football and not whatever they're doing right now.
Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night coverage continues with 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Homer Center 20, Blairsville 3. Blairsville knocking on the door on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
Fans, if you haven't gotten your Wildcat gear yet, please stop by the Homer Center football parents booth at this home game or any of the remaining home games.
$60 here, Jim. Let's see, wait, we were at maybe 30. No, go with 30, go with 30. Yep, right back, no bumper. So the Wildcats have given Blairsville 33 yards. They've lost a player on an ejection as a result. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of Homer Center. Robinson, the deep setback, and there's movement on Blairsville, and that'll back them up 5 yards.
And that's going to drive Rick Hartley nuts. He says, come on, guys, you've got some momentum here. This team's trying to keep us in the ball game. Don't shoot yourself in the foot by taking another penalty. And that's just lack of focus. You got to get your mind on what they're trying to do here.
5 penalties, 57 yards on Homer Center. So when they've committed a penalty, for the most part, they've done it upright.
They've done the big ones. Yeah, you won't be doing those.
1st and 15 now from the 18 of Homer Center. Receiver Dorenzo to the right, motion man Ricky Shirley toward the right boundary, and play action booting to the left, Ridbaum. Ridbaum throwing incomplete. Ian Lee on the coverage for Homer Center. And the intended receiver, let's see, Cameron Livingston. Livingston, 10 receptions coming in for 140 yards, 14 yards per grab, obviously, and a touchdown to his credit. He is a good athlete, too.
Yeah, he is, and that was well executed play there. Nice play fake by Ridbaum there. He got out and he had some time, put a little zip on that ball. Again, trying to exploit the side that Colby Schoolteddy had been playing on. So I got to give the Bobcats credit. Picked up on that right away. They went right back to where the new guy was.
2nd down, 15 from the Wildcat 18. Trips to the right. Bryda, Livingston, Dorenzo, twins to the left. Empty backfield from the shotgun, Ridbaum. Ridbaum's little screen pass intended for Livingston. And is it intercepted or
might have been picked?
Let's see. We don't have a signal. The Wildcats saying they have the football. And what's the call? They're going to say
3rd down.
So here's the referee, 3rd down. So no catch, incomplete.
Apparently.
Did you ever see a signal?
No, I never did. I kept looking for one. It was an inside middle screen there, and the ball was thrown into a crowd. The Cats thought they had it. Somebody had indicated that they picked it off, but it must have been close, but no cigar. So we got a 3rd down here and 15.
From the Wildcat 18, 20-3 Homer Center. Blairsville trying to get back in it. Ridbaum throws over the middle, intercepted by Matt McAdoo at the 5-yard line. Intended receiver for Blairsville getting up slowly. Ball just thrown with authority and past Robinson, and Homer Center dodges a bullet. And they kind of make up for being their own worst enemy, but they're going to take over deep in their own territory.
We got Steve McLaughlin in the ball game for Colby Schoolteddy, so he'll probably occupy that offensive end position for the short term anyway. He's staying out there. Nice job by the secondary of the Wildcats again. Nice pass by Ridbaum, unfortunately a little behind Robinson. Now the onus on the Wildcat offense to get out of this hole.
From their own 5-yard line, 8:14 to play in the third quarter, 20-3. I set behind Brzezinski. Motion man is McAdoo, who just had the pick. They turn, give to Newhouse. Newhouse cuts it back 15 to the 20. Bulldozes his way to the 23. Hard-nosed running. Hugh Wilson, along with Jalen Ridbaum and Cameron Livingston, teaming up on that tackle. And it gets Homer Center out of the hole on an 18-yard run from Newhouse to the 23-yard line of Homer Center.
Grzanek on the left side just exploded there, opened the hole, and Newhouse just shot through it. Just well blocked, well executed.
1st and 10 Wildcats. They spot it at the 22-yard line. McAdoo, no, that's Ian Lee dotting the I. I think, 34. Offset I, and they give to Ian right up the gut. There's a lot of traffic there and a lot of resistance from some white jerseys. Lee out over the 25 up to about the 26-yard line or so. Jacob Smith, we're going to credit him with that tackle, the 5'11", 200-pound junior nose guard. There was a lot of black and white jerseys, weren't there?
It's pretty tough to read there. Yeah, they kind of ganged up in there. Again, a nice solid gain though. They won first down, about 4 yards on that pickup.
2nd down and 6, 7-10. Clock moving. Homer Center leading 20-0 on their homecoming. Congratulations to Brianna Ruffner, the homecoming queen, crowned at halftime. Offset I again. And they mix up in the backfield. Lee has it, and he's sorry he does, because Jacob Smith has him for a loss back to the 25-yard line. Also on that tackle, Cam Livingston. And the Wildcats now will be faced with 3rd down and about 8 to go.
Yeah, no quitting this Bobcat team. They still have a chance. And this is where Homer Center usually put together one of their patented long drives where they can burn time up here. Brzezinski's come out and Ireland into the ball game.
Yeah, and
that's at an end position, however.
Yep. And Brzezinski back to the huddle. Haven't seen any razzle-dazzle from Homer Center. Now you have 2 quarterbacks in there, so we'll see what they do with Ireland. They split him as a receiver to the left boundary. And Brzezinski from the shotgun with the protector Newhouse to the left. And he rolls to the left. He looks. He throws deep. Ian Lee trying to run under it. Ian Lee gets one hand on it right in front of us at the Bobcat 43, but it drops incomplete. Ridbaum Robinson out here on the coverage, and the Wildcats will have to punt it away with 6:06 remaining in the third quarter. 20-3 Homer Center.
Well, what it sound like a broken record, but it is so difficult to throw with any authority with any accuracy rolling left. And Brzezinski did a nice job, but as you can see, Mark, the ball wobbled, and that's tough to get completed when it does that. So Homer going to punt it away here. 6:06 to go, 20-3, Homer Center up.
Ian Lee to punt. Blairsville does not bring pressure. It's a low floating kick, hits right at midfield to the 45, to the 43, going to roll dead at the 21 where Blairsville will take over, and we should have a media timeout with 5:57 to play in the third quarter. Our score on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night, Homer Center 20 and the Blairsville Bobcats 3 on an IRMC Sports Night on 1160 WCCS, the MSA Sports Network, and also tonight IUP TV, thanks to the Communications Media Department at IUP. Back after this.
Creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky. Coming to IUP's Performing Arts Center, the Addams Family. Lively Arts Ovations proudly presents a terrific musical, sharp with fun for the whole family. Tickets go on sale September 24 at the Hub box office and IUPtickets.com.
Absolutely gorgeous night for football. We thank the fans that bring their radios with them, including our good friend Jim Cook down below us. I mentioned Pitt football tomorrow on the 1160, but I forgot they moved the Pirate game to an early afternoon game. Yeah. So we'll have Pirates and Reds tomorrow at 12:40, not Pitt football. Ridbaum, play action pass again, booting to his left, steps up and look out. Jim Bentz greets him. He said, hello, Jalen. And down goes Ridbaum. Good play by Jim Bentz. And they spotted at the 35-yard line. And Jalen, who's done a good job tonight, filling in again for starting quarterback Scott Thompson, really didn't have a chance.
No, he didn't. Nice job. I guess Steve McLaughlin had a lot to do with that, too, holding his spot there, forcing Ridbaum to stay inside so he couldn't get wide, and Bench just fucking shot out of the can and come up and nailed him.
Loss of 6. It'll be second down and 16. Ricky Shirley and Dylan Dorenzo, receivers to the left. And back to pass. Ridbaum throwing over the middle through the hands of the intended receiver. Right at midfield, Dylan Dorenzo. Anthony Caruso closing quickly on the coverage.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ridbaum throws a nice pass, Mark.
Yes, he does.
Once he settles in and he gets some confidence and a little time, he can see where he's going to be an effective quarterback. Keep in mind, too.
Can you imagine that poor kid, a good quarterback, and he's in the same class as Scott Thompson? Blame his parents. He is a good-looking quarterback indeed.
Yeah, and he's probably got a smaller playbook than they had at the beginning of the year because he's not familiar yet with playing all this much.
Ridbaum looking back to pass again, throwing deep. It's a little bit of a wobbler downfield, and it's broken up. Ricky Shirley, the intended receiver at the Wildcat 35-yard line, and Ian Lee. Good coverage for Homer Center. So Blairsville with 5:04 remaining in the third quarter, and Homer Center leading 20-3. They're going to have to send the punt team out again.
That was well defended, although he almost jumped too soon. Shirley almost made that catch. That's what the Bobcats are hoping for. They need something to spark their offense here. They're in their own territory. Now they get to punt it away. Again, you got to be alert, though, here for a fake. Nothing much to lose here when you're trying to get back in the ball game.
Yeah, here, though, 4th and 16, almost 17, but Robinson is a threat. But he is going to punt it away. It's a end-over-end line drive kick. They kick it away from everyone, and it's touchdown by Blairsville on the kick coverage team by Sharif Hutton. And the Wildcats are going to take over with 4:58 to play in the third quarter after a 29-yard punt and no return.
This is what Coach Page would like to see now is a good old-fashioned grind them out, move them down the field kind of drive, culminating in the score and eating up the rest of this quarter, the third quarter, 4:58 to go. Homer up, 20-3.
Oh, okay.
We got our Mistretta meter word. We have to flip that over. Look at this formation. Brzezinski from the shotgun with protectors to his left and right, and they hand it off. And with the football, Ian Lee. And Lee to the 43 is going to gain about 6 yards on first down. Q Wilson on the stop for the Blairsville Bobcats. I say Q Wilson because I look down and I see Quirinius, and every time I look down, I'm saying, where's he at? And then, and I heard the public address announcer, Frank Galasso, taking the easy way out, too, with Q Wilson. So we're going to blame Frank.
Nice
Calling
job.
Frank out on the air.
Oh, nice job on that handoff there. Brzezinski barely got it into the belly of Ian Lee, who managed to get control of it before he hit the line.
Actually, a gain of 7, second down and 3. They give to Lee again. Lee to midfield. Lee into the secondary at the 40, the 35. Hugh Wilson has him, but not before he gets down to about the 26, maybe even the 25-yard line. So a touchdown saving tackle by Quirinius Wilson. And the Wildcats move the chains after that 32-yard run for Lee.
Well, you saw this is all instinct too. You saw the cut, and as soon as he made the cut, he turned on the jets. Just opened up, and had Wilson not made that great tackle, that was the touchdown.
We approached the 4-minute mark of this third quarter, 20-3. Homer Center, we welcome Michael Burdick to the booth. Normally our studio engineer. He ran Indiana's homecoming, and now here he is at his alma mater. First and 10 they give to Newhouse. Newhouse lowers the shoulder as a flag comes in behind, and it could be another penalty on Homer Center. And I'm not sure what that might be, other than if you're a Homer Center supporter, probably not good news for you.
Probably a hold that way behind the play here.
Michael Burdig, how did homecoming go at Indiana?
It went very well.
That penalty on Blairsville.
Personal foul on the Bobcats.
Wow, I didn't see anything
I didn't
there.
see anything myself.
Sorry about that, but I just waiting for you to make the call there. But it went very well here at Indiana. And
what's the score? You have an update on that game?
The last, when I left Indiana, it was 7-0 Highlands, but certainly competitive. So I don't know if there's an update since then. I was actually listening to this game as I was coming here. So certainly good result with 20-3 so far.
Michael, we missed you back in the booth, but Jim DeCesar doing a good job, and we hear you did a great job running homecoming. And Brendan Burdig, I don't know, kind of difficult to bring that up, but he was the homecoming king up at Indiana. First down after the Blairsville penalty, first and goal actually at the 9-yard line. I set behind Brzezinski, and he gives to Newhouse. Newhouse pushed back after a couple of yards. I said, on Preston Bryda on that stop, I said, Michael, with Brendan, my nephew, your cousin, being selected as homecoming king, with me being the king down here in 77, did he select the name King Mark II? That's an old joke now, isn't it?
These poor cousins and nephews of yours, I don't know how they put up with.
Second and goal for Homer Center at the 6-yard line of Blairsville, really maybe trying to put the game away now.
This is what you wanted to see.
Brzezinski turns, hands off the left side. No, Brzezinski's going to keep it, and Brzezinski's into the end zone for a touchdown. He faked the dive to Newhouse, and Aaron Brzezinski takes it into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the season. And the Wildcats, with 2:49 to play in the football game, they drive 64 yards, and they now lead 26-3 over the Blairsville Bobcats.
Nice execution there. A little option there. Fake the Newhouse. He's been getting such great yardage up the middle. Blairsville defense bid on it. Then he tucked the ball away, and this time turned up and hung on to it as he crossed the goal line. Just a nice call, nice play.
Cats are going to go for two and run the Wildcat with Newhouse. Newhouse up the middle into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That was pretty easy. Let's credit that offensive line. Sean Steffi, Billy Grzanek, Tommy Rora, Cody Miller, Luke Monco. That was easy for Mr. Newhouse, and the Wildcats now lead 28-3 with 2:49 to play in the third quarter. We'll have a Homer Center kickoff after this. You're listening to Bobcat Heritage Conference Football on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software, to our motion capture lab and everything in between. The Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
Lee's kick taken by Radez Henderson, and Henderson out over the 30, where he's met by Billy Grzanek and Tim Zayak. And there's a flag sitting at the 45-yard line, so we'll see what this is all about. We've had a lot of laundry on the field tonight. The referee says personal foul, Homer Center.
Well, I'm not sure what. There's probably a little chippiness going on, would you say? There might be some elbows flying and some things going on that we're not seeing, because that's, again, away from the play. That's in the middle of the field. All the action was over here in the sideline.
So they say from the 33-yard line, they're going to mark it to the 48, should be, maybe the 49, 49-yard line. So from the 34, after the late hit, I'm not sure what that was all about. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Any more than we saw down here with the Bob. I'm sure both coaching staffs are not going to be happy about these. These are silly penalties. These are the kind of things that can break your back in a game.
Wingman to the right, Livingston, and Ridbaum going to give to Livingston, trying to break it outside. Fence misses him, and now he has running room to the 50, to the 45, and he's hit by Grzanek, and down he goes on the far side of the field.
Well, you see the value of that D end. If he gets by that defensive end, that side opens up. Nice job by the Bobcats there. Jimmy Bench, he doesn't normally miss, but he did that time.
Cody Miller credited with the tackle and the force out at the 40 or 41 yard line. We'll see where they put it down. Going to be at the 40, so a gain of 11.
Bobcats are still going to battle you, though.
Oh, absolutely.
2:34 to go here in the third quarter, Mark.
28-3, Homer Center. Shirley and Dorenzo, receivers to the right. Livingston, wingman to the right. And they hand it off to Robinson. Robinson, a little stop-and-go maneuver, and he shouldn't have stopped because it allowed Mike Newhouse to close and make a good short-handed tackle at the 39-yard line. I knew what Robinson was doing. He was trying to for that hole to open up for it, but I think that little hesitation that time hurt him. He is that type of runner where he kind of waits and picks his way. Yeah. It didn't work out for him that time.
Well, I've been saying all game, the inside backers of the Wildcats are filling gaps so well, and the Newhouse has really played a great game on defense. I don't know what yardage Robinson has, but it's well below what he normally gets.
We'll check Dion's stats when we get a chance. Jerry will get some smoke coming out of that computer. Pistol formation, Ridbaum from the gun with Robinson behind him. Long count again from Jalen. And the snap is good, throwing out in the flat. Robinson takes it, makes a little move on his feet at the 40 to the 35. Going to be forced out of bounds by Anthony Caruso, short of the first down, I do believe. And the Bobcats will have third down and short.
Pretty little jump step by Robinson in the flat there, made that play. Dodged the one tackler and just broke to the sideline. He is a shifty runner. Give him any room, look up.
7-yard gain on that completion from Jared Ridbaum. It'll be third down and a short 3. 7-6 Indiana trailing Highlands in the third quarter. Dorenzo to the right boundary in front of the Homer Center bench. The ball at the Homer 32-yard line on third down and about 3. And they're going to give to Livingston, and Livingston had hit and dropped. He's going to lose a yard. Stephen McLaughlin on that stop for the Homer Center Wildcats, along with Jimmy Bentz, who stayed home that time, and now the Bobcats with a critical fourth down, almost 4 to go for a first down.
Try to run a little slot back counter there. Homer would have nothing of it. Nice job again by the defense. It has not been easy sledding for the Bobcats. They have earned everything they've got here tonight against this Homer D.
Robinson, 15 carries for 46 yards. Quick stats brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. For a relationship with the bank that puts you first, think First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Twin receivers on fourth down and a long 3. Deep setback is Robinson. Jalen Ridbaum going to throw out in the flat, incomplete. That time they were not on the same page, Ward.
I don't think so. He was looking to hit, I believe it was number 24 in the slot.
Cameron
Livingston. And Livingston turned toward the ball, so he might have just been overthrown, Mark.
I think he was looking to throw like a wide receiver screen, and Livingston was expecting a slant-in pattern. That's what it looked like to me. I might be wrong.
But, the Bobcats have had a lot of luck just running the simple little flat passes, and I think if they continue to work in that regard, they could probably do pretty well. But Homer takes over on downs here with 41 seconds left in the third period.
They have Lee out of the backfield, but they give it to Newhouse up the middle. Lee was a slot or a flanker to the left, but they were spreading the field, and they handed to Newhouse. Preston Brightow on the stop for the Blairsville Bobcats, along with freshman John Fetchko. How do you like to be in the freshman ward and you're the middle linebacker on a good football team?
Telling you. We've seen it before, though. It's I think Homer's just going to let this one run down, Mark.
13 seconds. Yep, that's going to be the final play of the quarter. It was a 6-yard gain for Mike Newhouse to the 39-yard line. You would think Homer Center's in control of this game, but hey, you never know. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night coverage continues as we head to quarter number 4. Our score, Homer Center 28 and the Blairsville Bobcats 3 on the 1160 WCCS. from the 39 of Homer Center. Brzezinski to Newhouse, nice move. And he's met hard as he gets a first down up to the Wildcat 45-yard line. On the tackle, Cornelius Wilson for the Blairsville Bobcats. Or was it Ian Lee on the carry?
Yeah, and he
34,
slipped.
not 44.
He was going to make a cut to the outside and slipped, and made it a little easier for Wilson, who made a nice play anyway.
11:50 clock moving, opening moments of the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by Walker's Auto Body of Homer City. Here's the wishbone formation, but they're not going to run the wishbone out of it. Newhouse to fullback with Lee and McAdoo in the backfield, and they give on a counter to McAdoo. McAdoo cuts it back. McAdoo into Blairsville territory to the 49-yard line. Preston Bryda on the solo tackle, says our spotter Bob Silvesi, and Bob hasn't missed a spot since 1994. That was the year the Wildcats won the District 6 championship.
1994.
It's been a long time.
Spot on his shirt he missed. Where that came from.
And we thank our partners at the Communications Media Department at IUP, Dr. Mark Powinski. What a staff, and about 12 of them came in to work this game. We have cameras everywhere. Should be fun. We hope you enjoy watching it. The give to Newhouse. Newhouse has running room. Up near sideline. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Into the end zone goes Mike Newhouse from 49 yards out. Mike Newhouse makes it 34-3 Homer Center with 10:46 to play in the football game.
Somebody that big can run that fast. You know, the Bobcats had a guy named Frank Harsh that ran like that. But I haven't seen too many that can do that. And as I said, anytime Michael Newhouse gets in the secondary, don't be surprised at how fast he really is, because he has the speed.
Matt Cook, the long snapper. Brzezinski, the holder. Ian Lee going to attempt the extra point. Snap is put down by Brzezinski, and the kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. The teams come upfield. We have a timeout on the field with 10:46 to play in the football game. It's been all Homer Center here on a homecoming night at the corner of Lincoln and Harrison with Campbell Alley behind us. It's 35-3 Wildcats on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star, and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
We got 67 yards, Jerem. 4 plays. Wow.
And Livingston. Ian Lee, the kick.
It's the most anticipated concert of the year, a B.E. Taylor Christmas, coming to the Kowalczyk Complex December 20th. The B.E. Taylor Christmas Concert.
Feel the love of Christmas. It's never out of style.
Renda Broadcasting's Teddy Bear Fund Drive, in cooperation with S&T Bank, present a very special evening at the Kowalczyk Complex.
Come, all ye faithful.
December 20th.
Did you know your baby.
Come share in this breathtaking celebration of holiday spirit. Tickets are on sale now.
So this is Christmas.
Tickets for a B.E. Taylor Christmas are on sale now at 1-800-298-4200 or online at kavochecomplex.com. The magic of a B.E. Taylor Christmas returns December 20th.
Dion Robinson back deep to receive the kick from Ian Lees, flanked by Cameron Livingston to the right, and to the left, Jacob Gonzalez. And Ian Lee gets the whistle and approaches the ball. High, very short end over end. Kick hits at the 35. And it's fumbled by Blairsville, popped into the air, and I think Homer Center has it. Homer Center finally has a break. Recovered by Homer Center. Stephen McLaughlin on the fumble recovery. Redez Henderson just had it pop out of his hands. It went, what, Ward, about 6 feet in the air?
It went right up into the air, hit right off his pads on his chest and bounced up there. And, you know, they want to get some kids in here. I know Coach Page does. Going to get some of the second line guys in there once they get a little bit organized. Kind of surprised to get that turnover. But Henderson is a lineman, and I don't know, he don't handle the ball that much, and you could tell there that was the case.
And he did have a couple of returns already in this game because the Wildcats have been kicking away from Robinson. Well, they give to Lee. Lee cuts it back into the center of the field, lowers the shoulder to the 20-yard line. 14 yards on that play for Ian Lee. Dion Robinson on the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats, and the Wildcats first and 10 at the Blairsville 20.
I don't know. It's just no rest for the weary when you're playing defense. The Bobcats get a game effort from their team, but you get a dose of these guys, McAdoo, Lee, then you got the big bull in Newhouse pounding at you, and every once in a while Brzezinski will slip in there. It's just too difficult.
In the backfield, Newhouse with McAdoo and Lee, double tights, and they give on a little counter to McAdoo, and McAdoo spun down by Redez Henderson after a gain of 3 or 4 as we approach the 10-minute mark, 35-3 Homer Center.
Of course, what makes that all go are those 5 guys on the front there. That line, plus the 2 tight ends who do a lot of blocking, and they have really handled the line of scrimmage tonight.
Ward, you never know, especially in a rival game, what type of game you're going to get. Sometimes you have great anticipation, and you end up with a blowout loss. In fairness to Blairsville, they are playing shorthanded. I'm not going to make excuses for them, but you lose key personnel, it hurts you when you're a Class A small school. And Brzezinski keeps it. Brzezinski right sideline. He's heading for the end zone. Right toward Mrs. Randowski's yard. And it's now 41-3 Homer Center with 9:32 to play in the football game. Aaron Brzezinski's second touchdown of the night.
And again, that's what I was trying to say. You know, they've got so many weapons. Aaron Brzezinski has got great speed. We were going to say that he could have been a running back had things not panned out, but with the depth they have right now, he's just doing a great job of running this offense.
Brzezinski the holder again. Matt Cook now the long snapper. It's put down and the kick is missed. Not close. So the Wildcats, that continues to be a work in progress. But on the scoreboard with 9:32 to play in the game, the mercy rule will be on. Who would have thunk it, as they say. 41-3 Homer Center on the 1160 WCCS MSA Sports Network.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software, to our motion capture lab and everything in between. The Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
Ian Lee's kick taken by Blairsville, and with the football, getting to midfield into Homer Center territory for the Bobcats is Tyler Lenhart on the kick coverage team for Homer Center, Josh Cicela. I want to get caught up on our Wood Chevrolet drive summary. 3 plays, 35 yards. It took a minute 12. Wood Chevrolet, where a Wood deal is a good deal. That prior Wildcat touchdown, I'm not sure I gave you the Wood Chevrolet drive summary. It was 4 plays, 67 yards. It took a minute 55 that made it 35-3. We have a lot of youngsters in there for Homer Center.
There's some of these numbers here, Mark, as we go. But I think that halftime talk sunk in, apparently.
Yeah, I would think, except for that ejection and a couple of senseless penalties for Homer Center. Ridbaum booting to his right and throws too tall for the intended receiver, Cam Livingston. And Homer with JV lineup out there right now. They keep the clock moving with the mercy rule. But Blairsville, they have to keep these starters, and particularly just getting Ridbaum more game action, because he's going to be the quarterback probably for the next couple of weeks, and they have Penns Manor coming in next week.
Yeah, that's tough. That really is. You're not only losing him, but Dick, the offensive lineman, and certainly the wide-eye, was it Colton McMillan.
Yep, that's a lot of firepower.
Yeah, that is. That's a lot of experience.
Here comes Deion Robinson toward the left sideline, and he's hit as he gets first down yardage and gets up a little bit slowly.
Josh Cicela making that tackle. You can hear the Cicela fans below us. it's his granddad.
Deion kind of limps back to the huddle, Ward.
Well, I said, he's going to be the workhorse, and Homer has just been pounding them tonight. They're hitting them hard every time. I'm sure that was the formula coming in. See who 56 is for Homer. Trying to get some names here. Dalton Kirkwood in the game. Adam McCombs-Hilliard also in there. 51 is out there. Brian Gearhart.
From the shotgun, Jalen Ridbaum boots to his right. Looks like he's going to keep it. No, he throws on the run, and he has a receiver, Lorenzo, run out of bounds by Homer Center's Matt Cook. Nice-looking pass from Jalen Ridbaum.
Yeah, he throws a good ball, as we said, Mark, and that time there he's rolling to his right, and you can see the difference. I mean, he can get a little bit on it. It's a little more accurate.
So 1st and 10 Blairsville at the Homer Center 20-yard line.
Reese Decker in at the other defensive end, so that's the front 4 right now.
Twin receivers to the left for the Bobcats. Lorenzo and freshman Ricky Shirley. Again from the gun, Ridbaum, as Ward loves, rolls to his left. Ridbaum is going to be hit, and he's going to be thrown down by Tim Zayak and Stephen McLaughlin for a yard loss. And now Ridbaum gets up a little bit slowly. And they can ill afford to lose him right now, but he is up and jogging back to the huddle. Good for him.
He plays both ways as well, so that's the trouble when you lose a guy, like you said. It's almost losing 2 people.
I think Colton McMillan will be back pretty quickly for Blairsville. You hope so. Anyway, he's a weapon. He had 8 receptions for 140 yards and a touchdown. He's on the shelf tonight. In the backfield now, Blairsville replaces Robinson, and they have Cameron Livingston as the lone setback. And they give it to Livingston. Livingston has an opening to the 15, cuts it back 10, and he's down to about the 5-yard line. Blairsville's going to have a 1st and goal. John Allen and Tim Zayak converge to make the tackle, but Blairsville is in business at the Wildcat 5.
A couple linemen going in here. Number 75 for Homer Center, Anthony Mission.
Pirates leading the Reds at last report, 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Highlands on our out-of-town scoreboard, up on Indiana 14-6. 1st and goal Blairsville. Livingston, the lone setback with a wingman to the right. And Ridbaum gives up the middle, and Livingston is in the end zone for a Blairsville Bobcat touchdown. Cam Livingston, his 2nd touchdown of the season, and the Bobcats make it 41-9 with 5:33 remaining in the football game.
A nice solid drive by the Bobcats, something that they can take away from this game that's positive. As you said, Mark, they have got a rough schedule, and it's too bad they've got these injuries now.
The holder for Blairsville is Dylan Dorenzo, freshman kicker Andrew Stipchak. And the snap is put down, and the kick is up, and that kid has a leg, doesn't he?
That's a pretty kick.
Right toward the Blairsville buses.
It was real high and real true.
The teams come upfield. Nice-looking drive for the Bobcats, covering 48 yards on our Which Chevrolet Drive summary. It's now Homer Center 41 and the Blairsville Bobcats 10 on the 1160 WCCS MSA IUP TV Sports Network.
It's the most anticipated concert of the year, a B.E. Taylor Christmas, coming to the Kowalczyk Complex December 20th. The B.E. Taylor Christmas Concert.
Feel the love of Christmas. It's never out of style.
Renda Broadcasting's Teddy Bear Fund Drive, in cooperation with S&T Bank, present a very special evening at the Kowalczyk Complex.
Come, all ye faithful.
December 20th.
Did you know that your baby...
Come share in this breathtaking celebration of holiday spirit. Tickets are on sale now.
So this is Christmas.
Tickets for a B.E. Taylor Christmas are on sale now at 1-800-298-4200 or online at kowalczykcomplex.com. The magic of a B.E. Taylor Christmas returns December 20th.
Homer's got their regular return team in here. I don't think I had a chance to really organize a JV return team here with 5:33 left.
I'm sure neither of these teams are going to be real excited about playing a JV game tomorrow morning.
Well, see, that's why I'm not crazy about Saturday JV games.
Yeah, but from a varsity schedule standpoint, I like it. Andrew Stipchak has it teed up. Maybe look for an onside kick. Homer Center is expecting it. And he approaches the ball, and it is an onside kick, and it's going to be taken by Matt McAdoo. And Matt, on a couple of hops, showed good sure hands. Not sure he ever played baseball, but he looked like a shortstop there, didn't he, Ward?
Scooped it right up, and that's why those guys were out there. Bad, my bad. Should have known that. Looking for the onside. You got to give Blairsville credit, huh?
Yep,
they're not kicking away. They're trying to get another chance to score. So
well, you can bet
credit.
If they get into the playoffs, and I think they're still strong enough that they will, and Homer Center would go on to finish first in the District 6 Class A rankings, and Blairsville had to come up here on the opening night of the playoffs, 1 versus 8. I don't think anybody would be thinking, boy, that's going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy, especially because Mr. Thompson would be back.
Ireland gives it off the right side, and with the football for Homer Center's Trey Southam on the tackle for Blairsville. Redez Henderson along with Preston Brida. Under 5 minutes. Mercy rule, of course, in effect. 41-10 our score. 4-1 Pirates in the top of the 7th.
Well, Wildcats basically came out in the second half and just took control of this football game. They had control early in the first half, but some turnovers and some bad plays.
Really the downer was the 2 penalties for 30 yards and an ejection of Colby Schoolteddy at the 8:34 mark.
In this half, yeah.
Yep, you hate to see that type of thing from anybody. Purchase Line had to deal with it last week. Toss right, and with the football for Homer Center and spun out of bounds is Phoenix Grillo. On the stop for the Blairsville Bobcats was 32, Quinarius Wilson.
And they called him out of bounds, and boom, down went Mike Newhouse, and oh no. He would get hurt on a play out of bounds.
Well, how about Scott Thompson, Ward? I asked Scotty before the game if it was the same knee that he had injured in baseball. And it was on the opposite side of the knee, but he got hurt. This is something I would do, only I would blow up the classroom by mistake. He got hurt in chemistry class. And he turned around to talk to a classmate, and his knee just went out.
Just went out. Yeah, it's weird.
You had to believe it was frayed for something like that to happen. Stop and go, and on the run, going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Mark Coleman for Homer Center. Quinarius Wilson on the stop again for Blairsville. The Wildcats will have a 4th down, about a yard to go as we approach the 3-minute mark in this football game. Also on the offensive line for Homer Center, big number 70, Gabe Manzanilla. He's a freshman, 6 foot, 359 pounds.
Love that name, huh?
Yeah, Gabe. Sounds like he should be a football player.
He should be a football player.
So the Wildcats will go for it under 3 minutes, 4th and a yard. Johnny Ireland, the sophomore quarterback, under his center, Adam McCombs-Hilliard. And he's going to turn and hand it off. No, he's going to keep it, and he's in trouble. And down he goes because I think there was confusion in the backfield. Tyler Lenhart had the tackle, but Ireland, no place to run, no place to hide when I think his ball carrier went the wrong direction.
Yeah, he zigged when he should have zagged, and that's a lousy feeling when you're a quarterback and you turn around, you see some people bearing down on you, and there's nowhere to go.
So Blairsville will take over at their own 48-yard line.
A lot of these guys getting game. I think he said now they're going to have to come out again tomorrow and play a full JV game.
And Jalen Ridbaum remains the quarterback. His father, Ward, coached the basketball team with a great level of success for many years. Mark Ridbaum.
But there's great teams there with Adam Heiberger and company.
I think he has a younger brother on the team. He does. Jarek Ridbaum. I'm assuming that's a younger brother.
I'm guessing you're
right.
right.
They have some powerful basketball teams with Heiberger and some really good players. 2 minutes to play in the game. 41-10 Homer Center. Ridbaum going to turn, hand it off. New ball carrier in there for Blairsville, and streaking down the right sideline is that new ball carrier, and he gets to the 25-yard line of Homer Center. On the carry, it was Joseph Falk, another freshman. On the tackle for Homer Center was Tyler Scoff defensively for the Wildcats. Blairsville moves the chains.
That's a big chunk of yardage, though. Nice run by
28 yards on that carry for Falk. Travis Ruppner making that stop along with Scoff. 1st and 10 with 1:20 to play in the football game. Bobcats trying to get on the board again, carry some momentum back to Blairsville with them as they get ready to entertain Blairsville. Here comes Falk again to the left side. Falk to the 15-yard line. Boy, he's a hard-nosed runner, and he's forced out of bounds inside the 10. Again for Homer Center, Tyler Scoff along with
Jonah Brandon Hummel. He hit him initially, but wasn't able to bring him down.
16 yards on that carry with 47 seconds remaining. Blairsville 1st and goal. The lone setback again is Joseph Falk. Falk with Ridbaum going the whole way at quarterback. They hand it off to Falk. Falk heads to the right corner, cuts it back, trying to get to the goal line, fights his way in for a touchdown for Blairsville. Well, that's some good running by
determined is the word.
Joseph Falk. Falk, hard-nosed running, and the Blairsville Bobcats make it 41-16 with 28 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he had made his mind up. He was getting in there. That was a nice drive there, the Falk drive. Stipchak will try from placement here.
Holder is Lorenzo. Long snapper for Blairsville is Preston Bryda. Right-footed soccer-style kicker. Snap a bit high, but put down, and this kick is under the bar. No good. And Stipchak misses just his 3rd extra point of the season. The teams come upfield with 28 seconds. That's all that remains in this football game. It's Homer Center 41 and the Blairsville Bobcats 16 on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night on 1160 WCCS, the MSA Sports Network, and also IUP TV.
In the Communications Media Department, we have a wide variety of focuses to fit each individual's talents and interests. From our high-definition cameras and our professional editing software, to our motion capture lab and everything in between, the Communications Media Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has what you need. Visit our website to find out more about video, photography, audio, graphics, and more.
All right back with you at Memorial Field, 41-16 our score. So, like a lot of big games, this one didn't live up to the hype.
No, it did not. Blairsville did have a chance there. They grabbed a little momentum near the end of the first half, and a lot of that was contributed to by Wildcats making mistakes and penalties, but Wildcats needed to come out in the third quarter mark and put something together, Blairsville did, and they were unable to do that, and Homer just took control of the game from that point.
See if Andrew Stipchak attempts an onside kick again with 28 seconds remaining. Homer Center, they do have all their youngsters out, and he does squib it, and it's fielded by Homer Center, and I think the Wildcats have it between the legs, the football between the legs of Dalton Kirkwood, and clock continues to run, and I think that we might have to run one play. They stop it now with 23 seconds to play, and this thing is going to be over. Ward Hilliard will have reaction from down on the field as they restart the clock. I don't even think the Wildcats will run another play. Total yardage in this football game, Blairsville, Homer Center with 348 in the game, Blairsville with 224. Of course, much of that late in the game, Ward. So it really, it could have been worse, to be honest with you.
Actually, yeah, it could have.
And that's the final score here from Memorial Field. The Wildcats, for the first time since 1994, are 5-0, and the fireworks are going off above the south end zone. Look at that out the window. We got fireworks here at Memorial Field, and we have a couple of locations of fireworks as they celebrate homecoming in a big way. 41-16. Boy, this is a pretty good display. I don't know if the TV cameras are picking that up or not.
Well, you don't see that in every game, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, it's not just a couple of fireworks either. They're going off like crazy. And that's good. Have a little bit of fun. Be safe doing it, but have some fun. And that's what it's all about. The Wildcats win it on homecoming, 41-16. We'll have our post-game show coming up. We're going to sign off on the TV side. The Wildcats really controlled this football game pretty much from beginning to end. At times they were their own worst enemy, committing 3 turnovers in the first half, but they overcame them all against a Blairsville team, in all honesty, that had a lot of key injuries, including their quarterback, Scott Thompson. Homer Center, 41. The Blairsville Bobcats, 16. From Memorial Field in Homer City, we thank Communications Media Department at IUP. For Ward Hilliard, Mark Burdig here on the 1160 WCCS, the MSA Sports Network, and IUP TV.